Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Castles, Cantrips, and Conniptions podcast. My name is Edward,
And my name is Evan.
and today we are starting our new episode with some very exciting news.
Some very exciting news indeed. Last week we talked about Dark Souls and Elden Ring, which I hope to be playing right now. Hopefully, because I don't have the game yet as of the recording of this episode either. So that's 2 weeks in a row.
Is it on its way, or is it
I have no idea.
Did you buy a code? So you bought the disc.
I bought the disc version, yeah.
Yeah,
So
of course.
it hasn't been sent yet because I checked today. So hopefully tomorrow, and if it's not tomorrow, then maybe I won't have the game before Sunday. But let's hope. Let's hope it does. Let's hope it does.
Yeah. Let's hope it does. So, another Dark Souls related news,
Yes.
or Elden Ring related news. You sent me something today, and I was like, holy crap! I have to play that.
Yeah.
Want to tell me what that is again?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I saw it a bit too late for last week's episode, but some very exciting news is that there's going to be an officially licensed Dark Souls role-playing core rulebook for 5th edition. So basically,
Holy crap!
a setting with characters and new type of combat system, completely compatible with 5th edition, but in in Dark Souls, basically.
I took a brief look at it, and it's like new classes, new monsters, DM tips, new battle rules as well. I think new rules.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about the combat and those types of rules, because they did something very cool that I really like.
So you watched the live stream where they announced this, right?
Yeah,
I didn't. I
there
just
was,
saw the teaser trailer and read an article.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there were more live streams, but I watched one of them at least, where they played 3 hours an adventure using the rulebook. It was like an ad for this book.
Okay.
Sponsored by Steam Forged Games, the live stream, not this podcast, sadly. But Steam Forged Games also did the Dark Souls board game, which is like a completely separate thing. But it's good to see that they already have experience using the Dark Souls mechanics in a tabletop setting.
Yeah.
So I'm quite optimistic about how this book is going to turn out. And because it's compatible with 5th edition, it's completely you're able to use everything from enemies and classes in your homebrew stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I can imagine this. It's 500 pages, right?
Yeah.
I can imagine how useful this can be just for a homebrew DM. There's so many monsters and classes as well. Who says you can't play, I don't know, like the Dark Souls mage in D&D, if that's one of the classes?
Yeah, exactly. Completely with custom spells and weapons.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty fucking cool. So when I saw that, I've already pre-ordered it.
You jumped a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't even read what it was about. I just saw Dark Souls role-playing.
Probably was a scam and you just bought it. It's like, that's fine.
Yeah, maybe. But I did know about Steam Forged Games, so it's not like it came out of the blue or anything. And because it was an ad live stream, so if it really was like a scam, then they wouldn't probably have done.
No, they wouldn't have done so much. Put so much effort in
live stream. No. So yeah, one of the things. So at least the way they describe it, we'll put the link to the book in the description. It will be released on the 16th of May, so you've got some time. But you can already pre-order it. But there's a short summary of what it's about, what's going to be available in the book. And it's 10 classes from the Dark Souls series, of course.
So from like Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, that I'm not sure about. I think it's, at least from the cover art, it's Dark Souls 1. So really just the
Okay.
first game. But I'm sure you can use it in a Dark Souls 3 type of setting. Like there's similar
I'm
classes.
only really familiar with 3, so
Yeah.
when I see something, I'm like, I have to have trouble recognizing it sometimes. But
yeah, maybe there's some NPC stat blocks or monster stat blocks that are specifically Dark Souls 1. But
maybe they include that in the stat block as well. It's just like Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3.
yeah, maybe. It doesn't appear to be, but like we don't know much about it yet. So it could be that they use like take all the bosses as a character or as an enemy.
Yeah, because I saw they had the Lords of Cinder in the books as well, and I'm pretty sure that's only 3, right?
Not necessarily. Like Lords of
okay.
Cinder, lore-wise, is basically anyone who linked the flame. So it started with the first Dark Souls, where Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, linked the first flame, like as the first person to do so. So he is a Lord of Cinder, and the whole premise of the first game is that you now become the new Lord of Cinder by defeating Gwyn. Spoilers.
Spoilers for a pretty old game.
Yeah.
It's like saying, guys, it's spoilers for Star Wars. Vader dies.
Yeah, it's been pretty much a no-brainer. But you become the new Lord of Cinder, and this goes on for thousands of years with new Lords of Cinders. And then the whole premise of Dark Souls 3 is that all those Lords of Cinders who previously linked the flame are now called to link the flame again, but they refuse. So they call upon those that fail to link the flame, you being one of them, as the player character in Dark Souls 3, and you need to reclaim like the power of the Lords of Cinder who refused, to now you yourself become the one to link the first flame.
Okay.
So that's
thanks for that lore lesson.
Within how many minutes was this? 3 minutes or something? Did the whole whole story,
of Dark Souls
from
in
Dark
3
Souls
minutes.
and Dark Souls 3.
Take that, lore channels. Can't beat them.
Take that, Vati.
Yes.
No, he is the daddy of Souls lore.
Oh God.
But yeah, do you have something, or do you want me to get into the one feature that I really think is pretty cool? It's not. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to say, I'm wondering really, because it has the knight class. I noticed that in the book, and like a thief class and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how that compares to classes like rogue and paladin. Is it going to be like a rehash or a rework of those classes, or is it going to be a unique thing? Because knights don't use magic. Alright, cool. Then it's not a paladin, then it's a fighter. You know what I mean? So, is it really new, or is it like a rework of the original classes? That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, I wonder that too. Like, could you technically be able to make a 5th edition character and then use it in this setting, and vice versa? Or is it completely unique that even like a knight class can use magic, because you technically can in Dark Souls, in the game? So that, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is like, okay, play a knight, and yeah, you can maybe use magic, but then it's the same as a paladin, so I'm wondering how it will be different.
Yeah.
That it's just not like basically a subclass or something. I'm sure they'll make it unique, don't get me wrong, but I'm just wondering how they'll do that. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, to be honest with you. Like, if you look, for instance, to one of the classes, the deprived class, I'm not sure if there is there is the deprived. They have nothing. They have a loincloth and a club
and a stick. Yeah.
So that's it. So I don't know, but that's they do say it's compatible, so they probably have some way of combining things.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'd love to play in like a one shot or something, or like a campaign based in this. Doesn't even have to be Dark Souls for me per se. It can also just be Gothic horror or something like that, using these stats.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome, because you sent me this and I was like, holy crap, buy it. Because despite my little time I've spent with the Dark Souls games, or really Dark Souls 3 only, that I still love them to bits. Like, from what I've played, I've been really interested in the lore around like certain characters. So yeah, I wouldn't say I know much about it per se, but it's really fun nonetheless, and it's really cool and really unique. And seeing a Dungeons & Dragons supplement based on really anything I like makes me happy, so hey, that's a win.
True. Like, for you, it's definitely the lore that you mentioned.
Yeah.
And the world building, and the way the world is, or the story of the world is told to the player. And the 5th edition is like, actually, the whole role-playing aspect is like it's a no-brainer to have a Dark Souls role-playing tabletop role-playing game.
Yeah, so what I'm wondering, are we going to see more of these for different video games or different movies?
Yeah, I think Steamforged, I'm not sure, like they do other games as well. Like I saw already some Horizon Zero or Horizon stuff.
Okay.
I can take a quick look. Like, it's all board games, but Horizon Zero Dawn, the board game.
Okay, but like specifically D&D.
Yeah, that I'm can't see. Like, I haven't done too much research in Steamforged themselves, but if this catches on, like, I'm sure there's going to be other supplements for popular role-playing games.
Yeah.
Video games, that is, computer games, because there's already a Fallout one as well.
Mm-hmm.
But that's completely separate. That's not compatible with anything.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping for more like 5e compatible stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think Star Wars has one.
Yeah, that's Edge of the Empire, I think, but that's completely separate as well.
Oh, okay. I thought Star Wars had like a 5e compatible official book.
I don't know if it's official.
Yeah, official as in not from Wizards of the Coast, but like made by a company rather than a person on like DM's Guild or something.
Yeah, there's plenty of fan-made stuff, but actually officially licensed, that they can use all the names and places, like just like as is, not having to twist it, so to say. But that's why this is so exciting, because it's officially licensed as well.
Yeah.
So they can use
full
anything,
access
access to anything.
That's great. Yeah. Now it's cool to see companies are working with these type of companies to produce stuff like this for the fans, because I'm sure many Dark Souls fans enjoy some good old D&D on the side, and if they ever have time playing it, of course.
Yeah.
And I think these supplements are great for that as well. Also, attracting like new people into the setting. So you might not even be that into the games like I am, but I'd still love to play a role-playing game set in this world.
Yeah, and maybe it gets people more excited. Like, once they've had some familiarity. I can't speak.
Yeah, you're saying that right, I think.
Right. I know how to spell it, I don't know how to speak it. But then they might be more interested in playing the game themselves, like the actual game. Mm-hmm. But also also the other way around. Like, I follow plenty of Souls YouTubers and Twitch streamers that play a lot of Dark Souls, but that I have never like seen interested or playing in 5th edition or tabletop stuff. So we might get live streams and videos from those people that I already follow, but now playing tabletop roleplay because there's a Dark Souls supplement that they like.
That's extra cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
So, like, I'm sure that's going to happen at some point, because all those YouTubers and streamers, they talk to each other and they play with each other. So like there's going to be a whole new set of players interested in tabletop roleplay just from this book alone.
Which then allows Wizards of the Coast to profit, the company that makes the books to profit, and Bandai Namco to profit. So
yeah, and
it's really a win-win for everybody here.
And all other video game creators that are like, like maybe we should invest in a company to make a core rulebook for us, for our game.
I still want an Elder Scrolls one.
Officially, yeah, that would be pretty cool. That would be great actually. Like the entire Cyrodiil or Tamriel.
I'd be happy if it was even just Skyrim, or something,
just
or
start with Skyrim, and then
Skyrim,
get like
Skyrim for the Nords, right?
This big stack of books of Tamriel core rule books for every region and stuff.
Oh god, no. No, don't do it.
No.
Not the DLC, but IRL.
Yeah.
To use horse armor in the tabletop RPG, you need to invest $5 in Todd Howard's bank account.
He would. He absolutely would.
He would do it. He would do it.
Yeah, and now they've got Microsoft's backing. Like,
oh god.
They can do anything.
My 7,000 hours in Skyrim are starting to rumble.
Yeah, soon you'll have 7,000 hours in 5th edition Skyrim.
Huzzah. Well, D&D is a lot more difficult to actually get around and play than Skyrim, so...
Is it though?
Yeah. It is.
Like, to really get an understanding for it.
Oh, to understand the game? No, not at all. I'm just saying, like, actually sit down and play the game with a group of friends is much more difficult than
just
playing the
casually,
game.
Just boot it up, play it, instead of having an adventure.
Traveling and going to someone's house and planning. I hate planning. Yeah,
that's true.
I hope with Convergence it's going to be I know it's going to be difficult, but I hope everybody is as willing to like commit to something like that as I am.
Yeah. So.
And then really play.
Speaking of it. Speaking of which, I still need to make a character.
Don't worry. I just have one player that has a character already.
Okay.
He played with a new. He's a new player, and him and his mate were interested in the game, so I let them play like this little pre-campaign game. Sadly, though, one of my players died. It was a totally balanced encounter. I actually did my homework for once, and I made a proper encounter. However, what happened? It was an attack, and one of the characters he had 7 health. The attack hit. It beats it his like armor class, so it hits, right?
Right.
Then he has to do 7 damage, which is the maximum amount of damage that enemy can do. He does that amount of damage. I roll his death saves. That's a homebrew rule I have. The DM rolls the death saves in secret. I roll his death saves. I roll a 9, which is a fail, and an 11, which is a success. So 1 fail, 1 success.
Right.
And one of the other player who's still alive goes over and tries to help him with a medicine check, but rolls a natural 1, which counts as 2 fails.
Yeah.
Meaning the character dies. So it was like this, like how my character died in your game. It was just this perfect sequence of failure that led to his death. The player actually wasn't too upset. He was actually kind of happy because he got to explore the rogue and stuff. He still wants to play a rogue, and this same race as well.
Okay.
But he did have fun, so that's good. And now he's
that's
buried.
The most important thing.
Yeah. Now he's buried next to the chapel in one of the towns in my world, which is kinda awesome, not gonna lie.
Yeah, a gravestone to come across.
Yeah, and one of the characters will remember him, so that's some fun role play there.
Yeah, so
you have to make a new character, or you have to make a character. He has to make a new character, and another player joining has to make a character. So I just have one guy who has a character because I wanted to introduce him to the game early.
Yeah, so he's going to play a new character, but still the same class and same race.
It's gonna be, he's gonna be quite similar, but I'll help him with making him different, as in character-wise. Like the stats and stuff will probably be quite similar, but he'll have like a different personality and stuff like that.
Yeah, what worked and what didn't work from the other character. Now he has
basically.
experience
we
into making a
we
new
didn't
one.
we didn't explore it that much. They did roleplay a lot, which is actually quite surprising. For new players that have never played any TTRPGs before, and who normally don't like roleplay in video games or stuff. One of them kinda does, but not really. I was blown away. They immediately started talking to NPCs in their own player voice, and they were engaging with people and making decisions based on their characters' ideas and stuff. So that was really surprising, a lot of fun to
helps
DM for them.
A DM as well, when the players already know how to roleplay and actually enjoy to roleplay, instead of the DM having to like maybe push them a little bit or be the only
thing.
one.
They didn't know how to roleplay. They just did it. I didn't ask them.
Yeah.
I mean, I nodded at NPCs, like the passive, maybe you should roleplay here because questions, but I would have been fine if they just went, oh, my character says this, I would have been fine with that if they did that. But instead they walked up to the innkeeper, which I did play in full, and they just talked to her. Like, just a full conversation. I was like, okay, okay, I'm surprised. That's real nice, and I hope the Convergence will contain a lot of good roleplay moments. That's what I'm kind of hoping for.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I'm pretty excited as well to play. One question I had though, I have this book. I want to talk about it at some point in the podcast as well. It's another simple supplement book, but it's all about making a character based around alchemy, compatible with 5th edition. It's not official Wizards of the Coast D&D, but it is compatible. Fine. So I was like wondering, what is your opinion to making a character fully from a supplement?
Go ahead,
book?
Man. Go ahead, I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to see more new stuff as well, because I've seen 100 rogues and I've seen 100 paladins, and not literally, of course, but you know what I mean. So seeing like a new class, it's really really interesting. I of course I need to kind of know what you can do and stuff to balance the encounters more and build dungeons around you and your party's abilities, but
I'll run it by you absolutely. Once
when we're making the character, we'll just look at it and then we'll be fine.
Because
I am currently working on the map for the world in World Anvil, not sponsored. I first made a map and then I put it in World Anvil, and I'm now starting to like add names beneath every like settlement marker. And what happens if you click on the name, you get a small pop-up of text. Right now it's quite basic for most settlements, which are not really important. There's like 3 to 8 lines of text, so it's like a basic understanding of that village or settlement or mountain range, whatever. So I'm doing that, so when you guys are playing, you can join that World Anvil, and then you can look around the map, and actually when you're like, okay, we're going there, there's like a little bit of information that you can read. Not saying your character would know per se, but you can read up ahead and somewhat know what you're getting into, or look for interesting locations.
Wouldn't you be afraid of metagaming if we...
No, because the information I put there isn't super... Like, it's... Mostly what I write is quite basic, what the average innkeeper would know about that location. So let's say I have this what's a good example, Fort Trotsin or Castle Trotsin. Trotsin is a castle in the north on the mountain range, and it's this and what I wrote there is it's a grim place, and not literally, of course. What I wrote there's it's a grim place, and the people there are very stern because they constantly face threats from all over the place, and they have a different culture from the rest of the humans. So what you would that's what you'd be able to read. So that's quite basic information to kind of give you a feel. Like just common knowledge really for the people in the world, so your character has some understanding of where they're going. If you want further information, I'm gonna make you roll history checks and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you do have more information about the areas.
Well, not about all areas, because I just don't. I have about 60 pages of lore now, including everything, and I still don't have every settlement fully worked out. What I'm trying to do now is when I made the map, and all the settlements I wrote about in the lore I wrote, I put them on the map, and now I have settlements just left over on the map that I just put there to fill up space, which is not a bad thing, because now it gives me the chance to write more. For example, there was one village, Merepo. It's in Silla, in the Mandar, elven country. And I was like, okay, I added this. I didn't write about this in the lore. What the hell goes here? So I started looking at, okay, it's on this big plain. The Sillans are famous for their silver horses and silver lions. So I was like, okay, well, Merepo is the prime place for silver horses, where they train war horses and sell them, and so I tried to get, okay, I make a settlement. What size is it? City, settlement, town,
Yeah.
What is it famous for? Where is it? And some very basic lore about it. So that's kind of what I've been doing. And then if you guys go to a settlement unexpectedly, I can always make stuff up along the way.
Yeah, that's always useful. So 60 pages already. Okay. It's quite a bit.
And then just I have these random papers scattered around my room with more lore that I haven't even written into the onto a document yet. So there's a lot. So
do you already have a general story progression, or is it just like, okay,
I have a fair understanding of where I want to go, but I'm not sure yet how I'm gonna get there. Not that I'm having trouble, just I'm just working on this slowly as it goes. So right now, I know what my end game is gonna be. I know what who you guys are gonna fight, what you're gonna hopefully prevent, and that sort of thing. So I have this main plot that's pretty much down. The specifics of it, I don't have it yet. So how you're gonna do it, or where or when, I don't have that yet. I do have what you need to accomplish, and then what I'm gonna need from you guys when that time is there, subplots for your characters and plot hooks for your characters, so I can work those into the storyline. And then I'm gonna do small subplots, so how the campaign will kind of be built up. I can talk to you about this because you're not a player that would easily metagame. How the story will be built up is that you guys play smaller campaigns, as in there's an overarching plot, and you guys are fixing smaller problems that are semi-related along the way, and slowly building up your character and building up your connection to the world to get to the master plot and really finish the campaign.
Yeah, I think that's usually how it would go in campaigns. Just a bunch of different missions almost, that consist of several adventures and sessions.
Yeah, so for example, you guys are gonna start off and fight. I'm just saying random things here. You guys are gonna fight criminals. You do that from level 1 to 3. That takes 5 or 6 sessions to complete. subplot done, reveal more plot about the main plot, move along, next, and then just slowly build up from there to really give you guys a proper run around of the world, really.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
yeah, allow you to have impact pretty much everywhere in the world.
Yeah, so we do start at level 1.
Yeah, I want to play this from 1 to 20.
Okay.
And then end the campaign at level 20. And afterwards we'll see. I do have like an idea for a second campaign in mind, but I didn't want to do that yet because
no, don't do too much.
I first wanted you to get like acquainted with, or to really know the core world, and then I have this side thing that I will use as the second campaign.
Yeah, okay.
Which is smaller, but definitely fun, I think.
Yeah, no, sounds interesting. I'm looking forward to making the character. Like maybe I'll do it sometime next week.
I'll send you like a lore document.
Yeah, something.
You can read through that and like, oh, okay, I could be from there.
Yeah, exactly. What would my background be and stuff?
Yeah, I do have custom races, so I don't use the races from 5th edition Player's Handbook or something.
But can they be used, or would you rather have them specifically the ones you created?
Yeah, specifically the ones I created.
Yeah, no worries.
I mean, for example, I haven't made there are half orcs in my world, but they're quite rare. You could play one and you just use the stats from a half orc, but I made like these custom races and I made stats for them as well, based on the existing stats, and then tweaked and added my own twist to it. So they are quite similar to the original races, but they have custom abilities and stuff like that, so you can kind of figure out what you like. And if you really want to play, I don't know, like a half elf, that's totally fine. That exists in my world. You can play half orc, but things like tieflings and dragonborn just aren't a thing. Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah. If you send me that document, I'll have a read through, and I'll base my character on a race and character and background. But yeah, I'm looking forward to making like this alchemical character who can whip up potions and looks for ingredients to just use. As whatever.
Yeah, I also I stole some stuff from other DMs that I watch on YouTube.
That's fine.
From XP level 3, I watch his games on Arcane Lounge, his streaming sort of channel. And he has some homebrew rules that I really, really like, so I'll be using those. And I also have this fun thing that I'm going to introduce to you guys, which is related to gathering ingredients and stuff. Not specifically that, but for your character will be.
Okay. Exciting. Curious.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what's really the one question I actually really had about your world and the what we would be representing in this world and be allowed to represent.
Yeah, I don't want to get too controlly. You can pretty much play what you want, but there's just lore-wise, just dragonborns and tieflings just aren't a thing, and like dark elves and stuff, they don't exist.
Yeah. So there was one more thing about going back to the Dark Souls book that I really want to talk about. If you're alright with that.
Yeah, sure.
It's the way combat is handled.
Oh yeah.
Because there's one thing that's pretty cool. So instead of hit points or health points.
Yes.
Instead of hit points or health points, there's a system called position. So instead of HP, you have position points or PP.
My character has big PP.
Big PP.
Yes.
And it's basically the same amount of health you would have in 5th edition. So like at level 1, you've got maybe like 9 HP or something like that.
And then like moving
average
up like 55, stuff like that.
Yeah. So you start like with say 9 PP position.
Yes.
And
This is gonna be a thing.
that
I can
counts.
already tell it's gonna be.
Yeah, definitely. That counts as.
Wizard small PP, paladin big PP.
Oh no. That will be something, yeah. But basically, once you have 0 position, you die. And there's no death saving throws, it's just you die.
Yes,
Because
I
that's
want
Dark
to
Souls.
die.
But you
I love
respawn
it,
at a bonfire, so that's fine.
Okay.
And you actually do respawn. So I don't know what kind of permanence there would be, like what kind of repercussions there would be to dying, but there will probably be something.
Because otherwise I just run in all the time.
Yeah, and die.
Just die.
Because
play a suicide bomber class.
He's like a pyromancer.
Yeah, pyromancer just blows himself up when he walks into a room.
Yeah, because one thing that's a bit strange still is because you're with a party instead of alone. So usually when you die in Dark Souls, all the enemies respawn as well. When you rest at a bonfire or die. But in a tabletop setting with a party, like you could die, but your party members don't have to die. Like, does that mean that enemies respawn? Yes or no? Like
I don't think enemies would respawn. I think it's going to be a lot less gamey than.
Yeah, the live stream I watched, they didn't respawn either. But maybe there will be a system where if all party members die within a certain time or round, that they will respawn. But I'm not sure how they want to tackle that. But we'll see.
Yeah.
But back to going back to position, what's really cool is you can spend a position to do stuff.
You can spend PP, yes.
You can spend PP. So, for instance, you attack this enemy like a hollow soldier or something, and you hit it, and you're pretty sure it's down to its last 3 position points. You can spend some of your position. So say you started with 9, you took some damage, now you have 5 left. You can spend like 2 position to roll an additional d6 for damage.
Okay.
So it's pretty funny because you're basically tanking through the hits of the enemy.
You're killing yourself to kill your enemies.
You're being greedy, as we would say in Dark Souls.
Yes, it's like playing a rogue or a blood hunter.
Yeah. So, like, I thought that was super cool because it gives some way to faster combat. So you don't have to wait an entire round to finish off an enemy. You can
that's
judge that by the state of them.
5th edition. Yeah.
As well as what was I going to say? Like as a mechanic in Dark Souls as well, like tanking through their hits, like you taking additional hits just so you can finish them off
properly, stab them
quickly, like being greedy, as we all know from dying with the boss's health bar on like 1% because we were just too greedy to tank through their hits, which we couldn't take. But I thought that was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool system. There's also
it's unique, and that's for sure.
Yeah, I think that will be faster combat this way, because that's also what Dark Souls is. Like, it's fast, it's quick.
I love faster combat. I hate slow, grindy combat that lasts 6 hours, and in the end, all you've done was fight 3 kobolds.
Yeah. But another cool feature, because you can spend position, you get pretty low on health basically. So you also have your Estus flask. That the game has. I'm not sure if it actually refills. I assume it does when you die. And you can just take that as a normal healing potion.
Okay.
And it has several
charges, layers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's pretty cool. That will make some like getting in and out of combat super quickly doing the combat themselves a lot quicker than actual D&D. So yeah, like I thought it was a pretty cool system they introduced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it sounds fun. I'm just wondering though, like, so the position points. I don't know. It sounds kind of weird, but on one hand I get it. It's like what you said, like getting greedy and stuff. But on the other hand, like, how does hitting your enemy harder kill you faster?
Yeah, that is a bit weird, but that's why they're not calling it hit points or health, but something else.
Yeah.
So in that regard, you wouldn't actually take any damage. You would just take less position, or you would take damage as position. It's a bit vague.
Yeah, but I mean, we just got the basic, like, we don't have the full rundown yet. We haven't been able to play it or something like that. So
the classic.
So will the enemies be able to use position points as well?
Probably. Like, I think they are bound to the same law as the players are.
Would be fun if there was like a boss that has 300 position points and just spends 100 to instantly kill your character.
Yeah, that would be also Dark Souls. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, this is gonna be DM versus player supreme, so.
Yeah, this will really be like the DM trying to actively kill the players instead of be like, oh, I'm just going to.
I'll make you shine in your little moment
of glory. You're the heroes. No, in this
you
world,
will die.
You will die. Like, that's the whole point. That's the whole mechanic behind the games. Like, you die, you get better.
Yeah,
so,
you know, maybe it's what you said about permanence.
Yeah.
That you can only respawn so many times that you'll like go hollow. I think it's the correct lore accurate term.
Yeah.
That you'll just lose your character because he'll be a zombie.
Yeah, like that. I hope that will be a thing, because in the hollowing was a feature in the games, but it didn't really take visual form until Dark Souls 2, surprisingly, where every time you died, a part of your health bar would decrease to a maximum of like 50% of your health bar or something. But like it actually had repercussions to dying. As for Dark Souls 1, you don't really lose anything except for your souls and any optional humanity, if you had any. Dark Souls 3, I don't really think had a system for dying that would actually be any severe. Like, it did have.
No, you just lost your souls, I think.
You lose your souls and any embered form if you had any, just like with humanity. But there was a separate system for hollowing that didn't really get used that often, and it wasn't that bad. So, like, I hope to see something like you mentioned as permanence, like dying so many times, and every time you die you like have like one less position to spend.
Yeah.
And you can get it back.
That could be interesting.
Using items that you find in the world.
Okay, so I'm gonna play Crusader and burn everything down, because heresy.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with the lore, but once I've found like a faction I really like or something like that,
Covenant.
I'll look into it.
There's plenty of Covenants.
I think. I think I saw some like dudes that have these sort of Roman almost helmets, like these Greek helmets, like these steel fins almost. They wear like this blue armor, blue like cloak.
From Dark Souls 3 or?
No, it's not from 3, I think.
Yeah, that's.
I think you can get the armor. It was like a Faerun. I'm not sure.
Well, there are the blue sentinels, which are like friendly, helpful. Is a helpful covenant. So it's a more co-op.
I'm not sure it was them. They have like this white sort of thing on their shoulders, like this white cape fur thing, and they wear steel armor. I'm probably describing something really difficult, like in a really stupid way,
Yeah,
which is
I
really
think
easy to recognize.
I think I do remember. Let's see, what was the name again?
Something with an F, I thought.
Yeah, not Forlorn. It's from Dark Souls 2. It's I've got a statue right here in my room. I can't really grab it from here. It's the Faram? Faram?
Oh, Faran or something, yeah. Those guys, those look awesome.
F-A-R-A-M. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
those
don't
look
know if
awesome.
that's actually a Covenant. Can't remember. But it's definitely one of the coolest armor sets and the front cover for Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
It's one of the best looking armors in the entire series, in my opinion.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm either looking into playing that kind of character, maybe I'll play like a Warrior of the Sun. Huzzah.
Classic.
Yes, the classic. Or something, I'm not sure. Yeah, but I'm getting ideas.
Yeah, so one funny thing is they mentioned in the live stream is there can also be NPC invaders as like a trap.
Okay.
Like you
Okay, that's
a summon
interesting.
sign and you're like, oh, let's summon this one, and it's actually an invader NPC like the players, and you can just customize it completely, so you can just have a naked
fucked.
dude with like overpowered spells and that'd be quite
Yeah,
funny.
just like the games.
Double shields, that sort of stuff.
Being invaded by naked men with 2 shields and lightning bolts.
Yeah. So
I mean, I am gonna
that's
scream
just fun.
conniptions at everybody, so...
Yeah, or just have like someone on standby, an actual player, and then just randomly during the adventure
Call them up during the game. Yo, bro,
give a
we
call.
need you.
We need
What
you.
you doing? I'm moving to A6.
Yeah.
I'm attacking now.
You have to invade these players right now. And like he
Yes.
turns up with his
If-
character sheet, sits down, and it's like okay, I'm going to kill all of you
I'm
right
here
now.
to kill you, and then like fails and just walks out the door again. Just leaves.
Yeah.
Walks in, fails the murder party, walks out. Yes.
Like-
Or if you're playing online, then he'll just join the Discord call, yell at you, kill your characters, and leave the Discord call.
Yeah. And then come in again as the players reach that same area, and he invades again.
Yeah, and then he doesn't actually talk, just like real invaders.
No.
He just stands there T-posing and doing a bunch of
Yeah.
emotes.
Just rolling the dice, completely silent.
Yeah. Doesn't even look them in the eyes, just looks at the dice on the table.
Yeah. Invading tabletop roleplay, that's the title of this episode.
Yeah. I
Tabletop
was
roleplay
gonna go for
invasions.
Wizard PP small, but that's...
That's a good one too.
Yeah. I do want PP big, so I'm gonna play a knight. Because I have a thing for knights.
I thought you were going to say big peepees.
Not in that way. Shut the fuck up. No, I just don't want to die, thank you.
Yeah. So let's call this section here, because there's one bit of news I also found out about.
Mhm.
Man, I'm seeing all this news. Like next time you're going to come up with some news.
Sure.
But this one you're going to like. It's again about Lord of the Rings, because whenever isn't it about Lord of the Rings?
Yay! Whenever it is, yay! Because Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, this is not related to this show. It was actually announced last year, but I just found out about it. It's a Lord of the Rings anime.
Oh god. Oh no.
Set for 12th of April 2024. So
Okay.
that's
We have some time.
2 years from now. But the full title is Lord of the Rings: The War of the Rohirrim.
Oh.
And it's going to be about
okay.
the time of Helm Hammerhand and
Yes.
the
that's awesome.
establishment of Helm's Deep.
That is amazing.
The animation Like I think it's going to be actual like anime. Like the person behind it is in this article Kenji Kamiyama. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But he did actual animes like Ghost in the Shell and something from Blade Runner, Black Lotus.
Okay.
So it does seem to be an
So
actual.
it's not going to be like an animated series. It's going to be like an actual Japanese anime.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
It's
Japanese
just-
spoken, but like
Yeah, the style.
yeah, the style.
But
yeah.
even Japanese anime has different styles, so. But it's going to be probably like you would imagine an animation to look like. Like lifelike animation, not cartoon animation.
Mm-hmm.
There is one single image of concept art. I'm going to link
Oh
it to
my.
you right now.
Yes.
One moment. And there we are. So have a look.
Wait, is that? Oh, that's awesome.
So
yes,
on the
It's
podcast you will
Dream.
see this image now as well.
that's Hara Dream attacking Adoras.
Yeah.
And orcs, I think, maybe.
It seems to be.
Dunlanders, maybe.
But I just like the entire like cavalry behind like in the background.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Cavalry in media is the most amazing thing that has ever been
Yeah.
invented by the human race.
So already we know there's
Other than,
going to be a full-scale
Electricity.
battle, which is always epic, whether that's
Yep.
live action or animation.
Yeah, no, especially because my favorite faction in like the entire Lord of the Rings are the Rohirrim, because goddamn them cavalry charges, I love them. And my favorite scene in movies ever is the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, specifically the charge of the Rohirrim, or the ride of the Rohirrim, I should say.
Yep.
So having a story or like a series all about them is, yes, I like very much.
Also, it's not Amazon. It's Warner
Yay,
Brothers
thank
themselves,
the
I think,
Lord.
that outsourced this project. So, like, it's completely separate from Amazon and
no
that show.
Bezos.
They
we're
get to do
safe.
their own stuff, their own vision. So, yeah, pretty exciting. 2 years from now. I'm surprised they already know the date, like an exact date.
Yeah.
So,
It's almost like Cyberpunk. Almost.
almost. Like, it's going to take another 3 years instead of 2 years before this is finished, but
Surprise,
we'll
it'll actually be done before you're dead.
yeah.
Elder Scrolls 6 moment.
Yeah, I'm always a bit worried. Worried. When dates are set this far in advance, because
Yeah.
one, they could always be pushed back again, and two, there's a lot of room for complete cancellation as well.
Yeah, and if fans are gonna like, okay, here's my money, take it, and they're like, haha, psych, we're not gonna make this anymore, then the money's gone, which kind of sucks for the fans.
Yeah, but
Wouldn't be the first time.
this
as well.
This isn't a crowdfunding.
Okay.
This is just.
No, that's good.
But yeah, it would be sad to hear if it's cancelled, because even if they did some work, like some concept art or short scenes, we will never see them, because they would still be owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How many companies have the rights to Lord of the Rings? Damn, man.
Yeah, I think that's that's a whole
McDonald's
topic
with the
for
new-
another
McDonald's
conversation.
with the new Happy Meal, the writer of Rohan, not sponsored by the way, just memes.
Yeah, but reading some bits about the Amazon show, like historically, the Lord of the Rings like license has had a lot of different disputes and people behind them, and a lot of money involved as well, like a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
You should. I'm not sure if you know about all this history, but you should read into it. It's like insane. Like we all enjoy Lord of the Rings as this like fantastic adventure story and movie, but like the actual the way it was obtained.
It's a multi-billion-dollar empire, really.
Yeah, it's like a lot of angry and frustrated people. To put it that way.
I mean, isn't everything just angry and frustrated people?
Yeah, but the general public wouldn't know about it. But no, it's still an interesting piece of background for these popular, this pop culture stuff, subjects, anything.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we have hit the 55-minute mark. Not that there's a mark. I just like saying that because it's a proper way to end the episode. I'm gonna end it here.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for listening. I have been Edward. I'm still Edward, but I'm gonna leave you now.
Yeah, and I'm still Evan, I hope. That's yeah.
Looks at hands. Looks at hands.
Who am I?
Changeling. Oh god, no.
Changeling, yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna end it here. Have a great evening, day, morning, whatever. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. Talk to you in the next one. Bye bye.